Hello, everyone. Welcome to Arcane Artistry. My name is Ron Ogden, and with me, as always,
Jared Kajak.
Today, we've got a very special guest for you. You may recognize this person. They've been on the Dungeon Run before, and honestly, she's just part of the family. Her name's Amy Vorpal, and I cannot wait for this interview.
As soon as we started talking about doing Arcane Artistry, I knew Amy was going to be on the top of that list. Little did I know she was going to be doing a Kickstarter and launching it around the same time as us starting this show, so it worked out perfect. But let me read a little bit of Amy's bio because I think it's adorable. Amy Vorpal is a writer and an actress from the grand old state of Texas with a BFA in acting from the University of Oklahoma. She is a writer, a producer, a host, a gamer. She's worked for places like Nerdist, Geek and Sundry, BuzzFeed, AMC Theaters, and Comic-Con. She's also an amazing human being. Her album, Songs in the Key of D&D, was inspired by many characters and experiences at the table. Amy has written D&D modules for official D&D books, Dungeons in a Box, and she's played D&D on notable streams such as D&D's official Twitch, D&D Beyond, Geek and Sundry, Critical Role, and Saving Throw. I think there's a show missing from that list, Amy.
And the Dungeon Run.
I think we need to talk about that list.
Is this interview over all of a sudden?
Yeah.
Yeah, you embellish that I'm a wonderful person. You can embellish the Dungeon Run.
Fair enough.
It clearly says on your bio that those are the notable streams that you've done.
There have been more since then. You're right.
She's also, hold on, it gets better. She's also dungeon mastered for such notable celebrities such as Brent Spiner, Will Wheaton, and Felicia Day. So
and Jared Kajak and Ron Ogden.
There we go. All right. Yeah.
Notable celebrities.
Totally
Clearly, we.
I'm as notable as Felicia Day, I think. I'm pretty notable.
No, you are.
Yeah. Well, Amy Vorpal, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for taking your valuable time to sit with us and talk about your art, talk about who you are.
Oh man,
what
thank you so much for having me. Yeah.
Now, how we start this off usually, Amy, is to get people comfortable in the interview chair. It can be a little crazy. So what we like to do is a series of rapid fire questions. They are yes or no or true or false. Try to answer them as quickly as you can. It's okay if you get them wrong. It's mostly just to get you situated and comfortable with us.
Okay, so in order to be very comfortable, you're going to immediately stress me out. I
got it. We take it to 10, and we bring it back down to 5.
It's all downhill from here. Yeah.
You gotta go up to a 7 or an 8,
Okay.
throughout the process. True or false, 5th edition is best edition.
Oh, true.
True or false, the Clockwork Behir, CR, is greater than a normal Behir's CR.
False.
That is correct. They are equivalent. Yes or no, have you ever been arrested?
No.
Yes or no, do you believe that fairies are real?
No.
Yes or no, would you be on the first colonization flight to Mars?
No.
I agree with you there on the last one. I'm not sure I would. I want to think that I would.
I know. I want to be
sure
so adventurous and so that I want that to be me. And I think there's just I think it's just not me.
I've seen Prometheus, and that's all I needed to know.
I do love how you got personally offended when Ron asked if you've ever been arrested.
Well, we went from "Do you believe in fairies" to like something like a job interview. What's your credit rating? It's like, oh my god.
Well, I like to think that if you've been arrested, I have never been arrested, but I've been very, very close.
Okay.
And I like to think that like it's okay if you've been arrested. Plenty of people that I very much
Sure.
admire have been arrested. So,
Yeah, I think the biggest crime that I've committed though is jaywalking, and I do that a little too often. So
well, now you're
yeah,
gonna get a ticket in the mail.
ugh,
Yeah, really.
I know.
We're getting deep here on Arcane Artistry. You're talking about the various laws that we've broken. I love it. All right, are you ready, Amy, for my
I'm ready.
rapid fire? Okay. Number 1, kimchi, amazing delicacy, or I'm afraid to try it.
Amazing delicacy.
Number 2, sunset picnic or sunrise breakfast.
Sunrise breakfast.
Okay. Number 3, what do you first think of when I say the word music?
Ukulele.
Okay. Number 4, on a scale of 1 to 10, how cool are you?
Ugh, these days I'm a full on 10, baby.
Yeah.
These days I'm rocking and rolling. There's no
Cool.
doubt about it.
Cool. I love it.
Yeah.
Number 5, a woman dressed all in black approaches you and offers you a red pill or a blue pill. Which do you take?
Oh gosh, I wish I could get a little more information. But let's just say, yeah, I think I would. I don't know what I forgot which one the Matrix is, but I think blue, blue, just because I like the color better. But I think I would, in this scenario, we don't believe in fairies and all of that, but hell yeah, let's like go on a trip.
Okay, great.
I love that if there was a blue pill, she'd be like, blue one. It's my favorite color. I'm gonna take that one.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that was our rapid fire. Thank you so much for playing along with us.
Well done. Well
course.
done,
Yes,
Matt.
you
Well
scored a 10 out of 10. So congratulations.
Thanks.
What I would love to do now, because we've already talked way too much and we haven't let you do what you do, which is your amazing songwriting, which is what your Kickstarter is all about.
Yes.
So we would love for you to, if you're willing, to perform one of your songs for us, and then we can talk about the song.
Oh, awesome. Yes, I'd love to play for you first, Tornado Jail.
Okay.
And this song is inspired by the
time you were never arrested.
that time that I was never arrested, but we get into a little bit of like, what are tornadoes' rights? And it's asking the hard questions in the song. It's based on the breaking news on Dropout TV, where I was meant to be a news anchor who did not laugh or smile, and I failed in the segment about a tornado being in jail because I envisioned a tornado in jail, and you should not try to do imagery when you're trying not to laugh. Great. Okay, so this is Tornado Jail. Tornado Jail. Tornado Jail. I wonder if he'll ever make tornado bail. LOL. Epic fail. Oh well, tornado jail. I'm watching questions spin in my tornado mind. Like, how's a jail specifically tornado designed? And couldn't he have simply been tornado fined? Is it wrong or is it the tornado grind? Tornado jail. Tornado jail. I wonder if he'll ever make tornado bail. LOL. Epic fail. Oh well, tornado jail. Aren't tornadoes made of just tornado air? How'd they lock him all up in tornado there? It doesn't seem to me to be tornado fair. No one can be bothered to tornado care. Tornado jail. Tornado jail. I wonder if he'll ever make tornado bail. LOL. Epic fail.
Yay.
Incredible. Well done. I have a
Amy,
question.
yeah, I
you
have
want.
several questions. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
The first one I have, Amy, is why music? What got you into music, and why did you go that direction? What is it about it that leads you in that direction?
I think there are lots of answers, but my mom, the way that I have a twin sister and then a sister who's a year and a half younger, and my mom was a stay-at-home mom, and the kind of only activity that we could all stand to be around each other and no one was crying was singing. So she was always singing, and like from age, before I could talk, we were doing like hand motions to songs. Then the second answer would be Weird Al. And I don't know if that needs any more explanation than
It
that. And then but that was so formative. He was so formative for me. It was like my only window into any sort of pop music. If he covered it, then I found out about the song. I didn't really listen to the radio. I listened to Weird Al. And then that's how I even made friends at all. And then the third answer is Saving Throw Show. Once the way they began was doing a Kickstarter and they were going to do a how to play Pathfinder, which we did wind up doing. And one of the rewards was, oh, you'll get your own very own bardic song written for you. And Tyler had written a parody of Just Give Me a Reason, and it was Just Give Me a D6, and we made a whole music video for it. It was great. And so I always thought Tyler was going to be the one to write those songs, but I guess I had gotten a ukulele around then, and they were like, no, Amy, you're going to be writing these songs. And I was like, oh, okay. So I got kind of a crash course in songwriting then, and I wrote about 20-25 songs for people that were all original songs. So
Do you still have those? Do you still
yeah,
have
they're on
those?
Saving Throw Show's
Great.
website. And so and they were, like fill in the blank of who you want this song for, give us some characteristics, what do you want the song to be about or include, and just trying to make it cute and funny the whole way through it was tough. I mean, that was it was like a boot camp.
Well,
But
comedy is already hard, and then you're adding music on top of that.
yeah,
So I
I
gotta
will
say, you're pretty
say
talented.
thanks. Yeah, I mean, I have done a bunch of comedy, but I would say songwriting, even script writing I mean, there is a formula, like there is a structure to it that does make it easier somehow. So you've got some confines that you've got to stick to, and that like just have the punchline at the end, like don't blow the punchline early, rhyme. Sometimes audiences just like rhymes and you can just like that's very crowd pleasing. So yeah, it's I find it very joyful. It's one of those kind of path of least resistances, at least for me. I would say my favorite part about songwriting is lyrics. I don't know much about music, but I know enough, but I really, really like lyrics. So, yeah.
And your lyrics are clear that you're talented. That's what you love, because your lyrics are amazing. The music is good too. The music is very good. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
The lyrics are what give me.
Yeah, me too. That's where I have the most fun.
Absolutely.
Do you, Amy, do you have any classical training? Did you take singing classes in college
Yeah, I did voice lessons in middle school and high school. I was Maria in The Sound of Music as my in senior year, but we did musicals. I did some musicals in college as well. But yeah, I didn't really stick with that. So I'm pretty I mean, yeah, like I would say rusty is a fun way to put it, but it's really gone out the door. And I just sing as a hobby. So what am I doing making an album? I don't know. But that's what pitch correction's for.
Yep.
When you come up with these songs, is it something that happens in your life? Is it usually something that happens in your life that triggers this idea and then you kind of formulate it from there? Or is it one of those things where you just spontaneously, wake up from a deep slumber and think, oh, this would make a great song, and then you write it on a little pad next to your nightstand or something? How does that process trigger?
Yeah, it's normally something in my life. Like Tornado Jail is definitely like, oh, I came up with it because I wanted to honor this video, and it makes me laugh so much, and I know it brings joy to other people too, but I just love it so much, and I wanted to just honor it with a song. And I was like, well, what I should write a song about what was going through my mind as I was imagining this tornado being in jail. And so I normally come up with titles first, choruses first, but the chorus and the music, or at least the melody, come to me at the same time. So tornado jail. I wonder if he'll ever make tornado bail. Like that was that all of it came together in my head at the same time very shortly after. I was like, I should write a song about what was going through my head. So I think it's a little more yeah, I don't wake up from dreams. I'm not like super inspired by my own brain. I kind of have to sit and force myself to be like, we're writing this now, and then write it out, or at least see what I can come up with.
Sure.
Yeah.
Do you have any other stories of like something that happened to you that triggered the songwriter portion of your brain?
Yeah, the one, so there's one called my my a whole new reason to die, and it's a pun song about dice who try to kill you. So die meaning die, and die meaning kill. Um and that one actually wasn't I had written a song that was called like a love letter to my dice, but I realized I was using all of these puns, and the love letter was really sarcastic. And so then I was like, oh, I'm just going to make this like an angry country song. And I just twisted the lyrics around, but the song completely changed. And that was, yeah, from being angry at my dice. And then my favorite song right now on the album, which is probably the one I'll do a music video of if I get to that stretch goal, is called You Found Me. And this is like so sarcastic. It's definitely born from a place of rage in my past, where I've been told by men, not anymore, like, 20 years ago is a different time, but just, oh wow, you play D&D, you're the one for me, I love you. And you're like, oh my God, you just hear how I just want to go, no, no, you don't know me. You don't know anything about me. I'm not just like fun loving girl. I'm also a woman. I have my own needs. We still have to have the hard conversations. Are we talking about the future, or am I just so reduced down to girl who plays D&D that you so the chorus goes, you found me, a D&D playing girl. Call your mom and stop looking for the perfect woman, because you have found her. And it's so sarcastic, and there's a twist, and it's very like, nice and sweet and cute, and then it twists into her being like, I know I'm a sociopath, and I love gaslighting people, and then it turns into, I found you, and I'll never let you go. So it's a very sarcastic take on something that did happen
You
to
turned
me.
that magic pixie girl
That's right.
moniker right around on him.
Yes, yes. So I have a good time with that, and it's very musical theatery and charactery, and you can kind of visualize what's going on. There's a game shop in there, and then in my head there's like this murder dungeon. So yeah, yeah.
So Amy, I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard you say before many times, because I have played underneath you as a DM.
Yes.
Forget the rules and have fun. Do you think that crosses over into music, and why do you think that is, if it does?
Oh yeah, I I guess yes, of course, because the whole reason I'm even making an album, and even just giving myself self permission. Like, I mean, you've already heard me go, why? What am I doing making an album? I haven't taken voice lessons in a long time. I don't know much about music. I wouldn't even consider myself a singer songwriter, but I throw away that title because it gives me the freedom to play. So it's kind of the same thing. Like, I don't if it lock if it if the noun of singer songwriter stifles me, then I have no use for it, regardless if I'm doing the verb of singing and songwriting. So the verbs and nouns are like all over the place for me, and I just to me, there are rules for being a singer songwriter, right? In my head, and it's hard to get away from them. You have to make money at doing it. You have to have performed at certain places, a record label. You have to you have to have proof that you have done it. You have to have proof that you were good at doing it, that kind of stuff. So F that. And why not just do the thing that, like, I've made an album before. So that's a verb of making an album. I am making an album. So I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's just I need the freedom for singing songwriting for there not to be rules. Like, I need to be able to write my country song. I need to be able to write this tornado jail little ballady folk song. And then I need this like weird punk song to be able to get form into my head where I'm angry at men who think I'm only a girl who plays D&D. So like yes, I contain multitudes. I will contradict myself, and I need the freedom to be able to do that. I think all artists need the freedom to be able to do that. So
Absolutely.
yeah,
I completely agree with that.
One of the things that you've already said today that I did not know, and it gave me a lot of insight into what makes you you, is how much Weird Al has inspired you, how much you, when you were growing up. And it makes perfect sense to me that because Weird Al's not a great singer, that's not
right,
who he is, that's not what he does. And
right.
I would even venture so far to say that you're a better singer than him.
Thanks.
And so uh, I think it makes sense that you want to do all these different genres and that each of your songs has a different point or meaning to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes they're just funny for funny's sake. Like the most Weird Al, I can point to one song on my previous album that is so Weird Al it hurts. Ode to Fartunia. And it is definitely because he has these like amazing, heart-wrenching, very loving love songs. And he's describing this like awful person, or he's an awful person, or he's singing a love song to the woman who wants to obviously kill him, and it's so juxtaposed that Ode to Fortunia is definitely that. It was inspired by Saving Throw show we were playing, and we let chat name a character, and they were like Fartunia, and it's like okay, and then one of the players was like, Amy, next week you should write a love song to Fartunia, and so I just described the this woman, and the chorus is all about I love you because when I stand next to you, you make it so there's someone more heinous than me, and that's you, Fortunia. And so it's real, it's like nasty and kind of mean, but it's sung with such a sweet, tone that it makes me laugh, and that's 100% a Weird Al ism that is
Mhm.
on songs in the key of
Have you
D&D.
ever met Weird Al? Have you ever gone to any of
I
his shows?
have. I
Really?
have. Yeah, this was a dream come true. You can actually, I think it's still up there. Feek and Sundry still has it on their YouTube, but I was a writer for Mothership, a variety show, and they were having Weird Al on. And that week, Jessica Chobot, the real host, was gone. And so I was the fill-in and I got to interview Weird Al. But I had
Wow.
my mom overnight my carry case of Weird Al cassettes,
Yeah.
and that I just have had forever. And he signed he signed it, and it was so glorious. And when I found out he was on the show, I cried, and I didn't realize he meant that much to me until that moment,
Sure.
because I was
Sure.
like, oh, of course he means that much to me. But I didn't put two and two together that I would actually uh attribute a lot of who I am to this person until I just broke down and I was beside myself. So there's a whole video of me learning that it's Weird Al and like crying, and because the producer was like, okay, we're gonna have a guest on, it's this, and you'll be interviewing him. Just so you know, he's a little weird. And I like went like this, and then the producers are like, it's Weird Al. And I went, oh no. And like the producer's like, get the phone out. We've got it. What's happening here? The lady's crying. And so
So
it
were
was
you
really cool.
nervous? Was he nice?
I
Like,
was I was very, of course, he's the best person in the whole world. Thank goodness. And I was definitely nervous. Hector Navarro was the co-host, so I was rambling. I was like, it just means so much to me, and you just mean a lot, and I just have to tell you that you mean so much, and like I have friends because nothing made sense, and Hector had to be like, it's okay, Amy, we've got this. I'm gonna ask the next question on the teleprompter. It's like, okay, just me like
I love
blubbering.
that. I love it.
Yeah.
I've been to one concert at the Hollywood Bowl since I moved to LA, and it was Weird Al.
Nice.
How was it?
It was amazing. It was,
Good.
I mean, in a real way, very life changing for me because I'd never been to the Hollywood Bowl.
Oh,
And Weird Al is one of also my favorite musicians of all time.
yes.
So very inspired by the silliness of Weird Al myself. So it was very, I still have vivid memories of that concert.
Yeah, he transcends genre, he transcends decades and time and what's popular and all of that stuff. He's
Political
just,
beliefs.
yes,
all
he
of it.
transcends. Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
So if you got to do a collaboration with anyone in the world, would you choose Weird Al?
Yeah, 100%. I've had, eh, yeah, I definitely, I,
What would you want to do with him if you got to do whatever you wanted? If he just magically watched this and was like, "Hey, yeah, I remember her. She seems pretty cool."
yeah, I would,
What would
I
you
would,
what would you
I
want
would
to
love
do?
to make a silly, yeah, Vorpahl Weird Al, song and music video about something related to Dungeons and Dragons. Maybe we could do like I have a rap on my first album, so maybe like a white person rap about just playing D&D, even though that, yeah, maybe, yeah, something like that, just where it kind of crosses the line. Like, I don't know that he would do a D&D song on his own, although maybe he would, and I'm sure it would be great. But like, yeah, I think that would be a good Venn diagram of both of us. Where like Bo Burnham is like Weird Al and Malcolm X, and mine is like Weird Al and D&D. It's like my songs aren't fighting any causes except for tornado rights, I guess.
Well, I wouldn't go so far to say that because it sounds like some of your songs do have a message. And I think,
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
I think Weird Al does the same thing. You don't even realize it until after you've watched the video or listened to the song that at the end, there was a message buried beneath
Yeah.
all of that comedy.
I
And
know.
there's
I
a,
have
yeah.
there's a song that I don't, again, my album is not quite complete yet. I have 10 songs written, but I don't know if I'm going to be using all of these 10 or if I need to write another one or whatever. But there's one called Fall in Love with Yourself, and it's basically like a happy-go-lucky thing that's basically a message about you. uh It'll be an innuendo thing, but it's basically like you have to see yourself in the light that you want others to see yourself in. That being said, it's about masturbating to a picture of yourself. So
I
Whoa.
mean, that's one way to look at oneself in the proper light.
it's
Definitely.
definitely, yeah,
Whoa.
when I was going through, I mean, I still am trying to love myself and have self-worth and all of that, but one of the most effective things that I did was like really look at pictures of myself and go, you're beautiful, you're sexy, and like try to envision and visualize yeah, being a sexy, beautiful person to someone else. But I had to see it first, kind of thing. So it's very, yeah, so there is a message in that one too. But it is like, yeah, if you want to fall in love at all, you have to see what's lovable about yourself first.
Mhm.
Fall in love with yourself. Go above and beyond. Get naughty, sexy, dirty with it. Make yourself turn yourself on. Yeah, I'm serious. Love the person you are. Stare at a selfie and get busy. Go a little bit too far. It's huge but small. It's your first step to be in love at all. Fall in love with yourself.
Wow.
I
I love
love
it.
that.
Great. I don't know how you would get a music video out of that one without getting in a lot of trouble, but
I know.
yeah, that's
Go,
awesome.
go on a bunch of
Yeah.
dates. That could be you're on a date with yourself, a different version of yourself at like a mini
Yes,
golf place
it's
or
all, yes, exactly. I have so many views on dating. I mean, I was single and dating for like 10 years. So I have a lot of how to get through that, and a lot of it's just like hold on to yourself, man. Like you're gonna get tossed and turned around until like there's a possibility when you're dating to lose yourself in the dating. And I think every good dating advice, like date yourself, find out what you like, do that kind of stuff. It's all to help you hold on to who you are so you don't get lost in other people who may or
I've
may
al-
not be good for you.
I've also found that it makes you a better partner to other people too.
Totally. Yeah. You have to be While you're looking for the right person, you also have to be the right person for
Correct.
someone else.
That's
Yeah.
And often the people that we're looking for, that is the right person, when you find and love yourself, at least in my experience, I have found that you attract the kind of person that you're looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. I
So
love
are
it.
are a lot of your songs revolving around love and relationships and the issues that come along with that, the good and the bad?
Yeah, I think beyond writing songs about D&D, which songs in the key of D&D was a lot of those. This one will have Behold Her Dreams has a couple of D&D songs, but yeah, it's like nerdy girl romance is kind of the vibe. Not to mention some internet whimsy. So, yeah.
Are there any
I have a lot
songs?
of yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead.
Internet whimsy girl romance.
Yeah.
it's a new genre.
New genre.
Are there any songs on the album that are not about romance?
Yes. So let me look here. Behold Her Dreams is not about romance. Fly Home is just a creepy lullaby. That one did, you know what? I'm gonna contradict myself. That one did just come to me. It's in the vein of the closest I can think of is kind of the hook song, The Stars Are All My Friends Till the Night Time Ends. That song, or the Jennifer Lawrence song, Are you coming to the tree? Like kind of a folky lullaby type song. So that's Fly Home. Tornado Jail isn't about love, but yeah, then we have Fall in Love with Yourself at the end of my story. Well, my character wish list might make this one. It's about D&D. But yeah, there are going to be, it's mainly that though, like nerd D&D romance, internet whimsy. I don't know. I can't be contained, Jared. I don't know.
I am not trying to contain you.
I know. I might
Do not
I
be
might
contained.
include a sea shanty. I might try, now that I have known about my inspiration from Weird Al, I might attempt a polka song. So I still have some like wiggle room, because the album is not a finished thing, even though 4 of the songs have backing tracks already.
So if you were to be given the opportunity to perform these live, like let's say after the album is done and you wanted to
Yeah.
do like a release party or something, would you do that? Would you be interested in something like that?
Yeah, I would probably hire an accompanist, because it's and I would probably do some voice lessons. But I plan on doing that actually. I'm gonna do a show tonight with Jason Charles Miller, or
Ooh.
tonight. Sorry, by the time this is out, maybe I should say I have some acoustic, just play my ukulele songs concerts planned for this album before it's actually released. So yes, I do have dreams of performing live, and the best way to get the best quality of that would be I don't actually play and strum.
Right. Well,
But
Jason Charles Miller, isn't he quite the musician himself?
yes, I can like literally give him this and he'll make music out of it and make it sound really good.
He's
which
also
is-
incredibly kind, in my experience.
Oh yes, and he loves it. So he's so experienced and excited and enthusiastic and yeah, kind. He's just a big teddy bear, as much as he puts on this like outlaw cowboy persona.
Cool. Well, we can't wait to hear more about that. I would love to come see you perform these live. I mean,
Same.
I would definitely, pay the price of a ticket to.
Oh, cool. I should have
see
a
it.
party.
Probably 2
Yeah.
or 3. In fact, bring some friends.
I do love
Um,
the idea of a music video, though. So I hope you. are
That's
able to hit
that's
that.
the
Yeah.
clincher. That's the main goal, because even the DM's Lament music video, I put so much work into it, and so did Saving Throw, or yeah, they helped me out quite a bit. It was co-funded, and they get it on their YouTube, which is great. That was what we had agreed to. It's just that I want my music video on my YouTube, and I want it to say directed by me. And I got a director to do it, and he used an Alexa, and he was amazing. And it looks so great. but I feel like I wrote out the music video. There was a script. I made decisions the whole way through, and I guess I just would have liked it if I had co-directed it or got that title, I guess, because a director title in Hollywood is it's kind of the only thing that matters. Even if I said, oh, I wrote it, I executive produced it, I wrote the song,
Yeah.
I sang the song, I'm the lead in the video. Surely you could, but I guess all that's to say is that this is really a behold her dreams thing. It's like I am beholding my own dreams, and I'm being a boss. And it's hard, but it's not heavy hard. It's light and delightful hard, where it's stuff I want to
Enjoyable
learn.
hard.
It's what?
Enjoyably challenging.
It's enjoyably challenging. It's the way I want to grow. So,
Mhm.
and that's encompassed in everything that's going on, including ideally this music video that I've got in my brain.
I
Pessimism
think
with strings.
this is the perfect time for you to sing
Yes.
your second song.
Behold her
She's about to sing
dreams.
too.
Oh, I see about 1,000,000 smiling faces. It breaks my heart to hear that hers was fake. She didn't know she wanted something else from life. She's been asleep, but now she is awake. She dabbled in the life that others gave her. I don't know how the shell of her survived. So stifled and so stagnant, we just didn't see how bright she'd shine if she could come to life. Behold her dreams, larger than life, born of her joy and all the magic that she's got inside. Possible or fantasy, looks like they're both of those and everything that's in between. She's hidden them longer than it seems, but now they're ready. Behold her dreams. No, she will not believe that this is it. She shot her shot, and no, she cannot achieve something better. No, she won't stop. Behold her dreams, larger than life, born of her joy and all the magic that she's got inside. Possible or fantasy, looks like they're both of those and everything that's in between. She's hidden them longer than it seems, but now they're ready. Behold her dreams.
Yay.
That's incredible. Amy, you're such a good singer.
Oh, thanks.
I love your writing. I love your ukulele. You just all around, it's so good.
Yeah,
Thanks.
it sets a very specific mood too,
Yeah.
which I think is powerful. I remember when you came on the Dungeon Run when we were still at Caffeine, and you came on and sang the song that you and I wrote together.
Yes.
Yeah, and it
Really.
still gets me to this day. So
Yeah, that's an amazing love song with your that was born of your poetry. Let's talk about lyrics. You're a lyricist.
Thank
This
you.
one, Behold Her Dreams, it started as a different song that I had written ages ago that I never did anything with. This is pre, D&D internet fame or whatever. And it was called it was called something really angsty. Like it was called I Don't Belong, I'm Cast Aside. it seems like I'm living someone else's version of my life. It was so angsty. It was like when I was 24 or something, and I never did anything with it. And I was kind of going through, I was looking at, what this album could be, and I was like, I really like the tone and the music of the song, and like I like the bridge. I like that, but that is it, I just can't release these lyrics. Like it's just so excuse me, ma'am, are you okay? And it's just not where I am anymore. So I just changed all the lyrics. Lucky for me, behold her dreams fit right into I don't belong. Behold her dreams. It like all works out. So the scansion was nice, and yeah, so we went from I don't belong to behold her dreams.
I see that being a B-side. I want the B-side to the
It's gotta be in
album.
the style of Fallout.
Right.
The super
Oh my
the
gosh.
super angsty 24-year-old
Yeah.
Amy Vorpal.
Yeah,
But I do
for
have
sure.
I do have one more question as far as that song in particular is concerned. It's different from a lot of the other stuff that I've heard you sing, because it has, uh, like you're saying, like a melancholy,
Mhm.
seriousness to it. When you perform a song like that versus your more, silly or happy puffy or
Mhm.
romance
Or
songs,
charactery, yeah.
yeah. When you perform this, do you personally feel what you felt when you wrote it, or is it like you've performed it so many times at this point to where now it's just a song?
No, this one. There's another one on Songs in the Key of D&D that yeah, it's not the whole song necessarily, but there are lyrics. So the lyric of behold her dreams larger than life, this one, born of her joy and all the magic that she's got inside.
Yeah.
That to me is like, yeah, I nailed it. Like that to me, that's like it just doesn't get any clearer to me. Yeah, sometimes poetry can be a little clearer than just trying to explain. So this, it really is. Yeah, I'm glad it's the eponymous song of the album, because it's not, I guess. The short answer is yeah, I feel it. The one in the songs of key of D&D is I'm gonna build my own kingdom, and there's a lyric in there that says it'll be it's basically like you can be there. I know it might fall. I know my kingdom might fall, but until it does, like I'm not going to be scared. And I can't remember the actual lyric, but there's yeah, that one gets me. That one's very true as well. I guess yeah. I don't I write true isms, and then these songs are actually real true.
That
But this
sounds
is
like not letting fear dictate what you do.
yeah, and it did feel, I mean, I guess that's a little angsty too of
Mhm.
I need to figure out the lyric that I'm talking about. Yeah, but they're both about that. Like, oh, do I belong? Do I not belong? Fuck it. I'm making my own rules here. My own kingdom. So this beholder dreams is like there was a time where I felt like I was just taking jobs and being very successful, and then this album is kind of like, well, did I make those choices or did I take the easy path? What do I really want to do? What do I really want to say? I want to be, I definitely still want to get paid and be an employee and all of that, but I didn't have any real landing page of like, this is what Amy Vorpal does, not like under someone else's umbrella, I guess. And it
Yeah,
was
I mean,
important for
you've
me to have
done
that.
a ton. I mean, I was looking over all three of your bios. You've done a ton of stuff for a lot of other people, but as far
Exactly.
as like you doing you on your own, website or social media or Instagram or TikTok or whatever, there's not a lot of that. It's all
Yeah.
you working for these other people.
Yeah, a lot of tweets that have tags in them, or tweets that are like, go to this Twitch page or go to this YouTube, that isn't necessarily, yeah, mine. So it's not that I want to get rid of those other ones. I just if it's going to be a Venn diagram, I also need my own circle, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think this Kickstarter achieves that.
100%. It is, and it's blowing my mind how incredibly successful it actually was.
It
Funded
shouldn't,
in the
though.
first
Yeah.
12 hours.
I'm with Jared on
Yeah.
this one. It shouldn't blow your mind.
It shouldn't
It's-
surprise you at all
Right.
because you have those connections to all of these other successful enterprises and they all remember you. I remember you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember the first time I met you through Saving Throw, actually. And then
Yes.
seeing you again when we were out
Auditioning
at
for,
Caffeine.
for
Yeah.
Dungeon Run and Eighth Dimension and all of that fun stuff.
Yeah. Well, unless Ron has something else, I mean, I think this was a great interview.
Thanks for sharing.
Thank you so much for coming on our show and
thank
sharing
you.
who you are and what you do.
I do have one question just as a block. So that
We also need to let her plug her stuff too.
That's exactly what I was going to get to. As a block,
okay.
have you plug whatever it is that your Kickstarter clearly, but however you want to plug it.
Yeah.
So
This is your 5 minutes to do whatever you want, Amy.
All right. Well, first I'm going to take it to say, if you can listen to songs in the key of D&D, My Own Kingdom, the lyric that gets me at the very end, I'm going to build my own kingdom. It'll be bigger than yours because everyone is welcome. We won't have any doors. I'm going to build my own kingdom. I know you would love to see it fall, but while I'm building my own kingdom, it'll be just me and my family, and you won't be there at all. And you is just this collective, like I don't know, whoever.
The haters,
or just the imagined haters in your brain. But that one. It sounds like a Disney kind of song. It's adorable. But you can, I guess what I want to plug is my Kickstarter. It's called Behold Her Dreams. Obviously, it means more to me than just an album. It's also me entering into entrepreneur boss mode type thing. It's already successful. So you'll be backing a successful Kickstarter and you'll be getting a really high quality album at the end of it. Maybe a pen and some dice. My main real, like, fingers crossed goal is to be able to make a music video, and I've set that bar at 20,000, whereas the album is at 12,000. So we've got stretch goals going up there. I'm almost to 18,000, and I think I can do it by the time the Kickstarter's over. But if you'd love to throw your support, you can find that on my bios on Twitter and Instagram, and that's at Vorpahl Sword. And you can also, that's VORPAHL and Sword. And then you can also go to my website, which is so pretty and cute. And I worked really hard on it / paid someone to do it for me at amyvorpal.com. Talk about being a boss. I hired someone to design something that I don't know that I couldn't have done it, but I really don't know that I could have done it as well as she did. So that makes me very happy. And then, you know what? All of those places, if you just like pretty fantasy pictures and you want to see me dressed like a green, earthy, mossy wizard, like Glinda fairy princess shaman person, those pictures just make me so happy.
Who did the art? Who did the art for that?
Well, the gown, I hired a gown designer and maker for the gown, and that's at Chad Hatter, CHAD Hatter, like the Mad Hatter. And then that's on Instagram. And the artist, the photographer / photo editor, is at An Ethereal Fire. And he basically puts people in paintings, and you can ask for certain things about the paintings. Like I said, I just want all of mine to be exterior, somewhat in the forest. I want it to be like the wizard conjured this beautiful dress and then traipsed through the woods. And every single one of them is just makes me feel so. I'm looking at
it right now on your Kickstarter. You holding the ukulele and the staff and marching.
Yeah.
Through. Yeah. It's very cool.
We appreciate you. Thank you so much for taking the time
thank you for doing our show. And that's our show, everybody. Wow, that was great. Time flew by.
She's incredible, dude.
Yeah.
She's really incredible.
Yeah. Amy is a very amazing, talented human being. I keep saying that.
Yep. And we're lucky to have her as part of the TDR family, for sure.
For sure. Speaking of which, this show is made possible by our Patreon. That's patreon.com/thedungeonrun. If you want to support this show, the Dungeon Run, and all the content that we create, please, by all means, join us as a patron. There's also our Instagram, our Twitter, and our YouTube at the Dungeon Run. So check out those as well. Make sure to like, subscribe, and we'll make more content for you.
Make sure you also try to join our unofficial Discord server. Link in the description below. This has been Arcane Artistry, where we bring the artists and they bring the magic. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.